Khalegraphy on stage for a session. Thank you. For a session, Portrait and Lifestyle Beyond the Frame. Please let's keep clapping till they come up stage. Please don't stop clapping. Come on.
At Khalegraphy Studios, which is a premium photo studio located. Khaleel Danladi Yakubu is a portrait and wedding photographer and the head creative at Khalegraphy Studios, which is a premium photo studio located in the heart of Abuja, Nigeria. Coming from a background in architecture and other creative adventures, transitioning into photography was a natural step. With a desire to photograph landscapes, travel, and architecture, he bought his first professional camera in December of 2015. He has since been lucky to work with clients ranging from former heads of states to some luxury fashion brands and some truly wonderful wedding couples, which has helped build a good reputation for the brand Calligraphy. Calligraphy Studios was officially opened in November of 2019. The studio space is cozy and private so that clients can relax and enjoy their sessions while hopefully having several cups of tea. Through the years, the photography community in Abuja and Nigeria at large has honored him with a mentorship role as he started his planned annual photography workshop in class with Khalil in February of 2021. His ambition is to continue to learn, innovate, and empower the people he photographs by helping to build their self image, self esteem, and to mentor as many young creatives as possible. He is blessed to be a husband and a father to three beautiful children. Let us make welcome Mr. Khalil
Thank
Danladi
you.
Yakubu.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting that introduction. Good morning, people of Benin City. Absolute pleasure to be here. Um, where do I even begin? This is one of the things that I love the most about photography. It's the places that it takes you. It's the people that you get to meet, you know. It's well and truly life-changing. It's an honor to be here at the Expose conference. Um, I always like to begin by thanking God for all of the good that is in my life. I always like to acknowledge that first. But then I also like to thank my hosts. My Oga at the top, Mr. Wale, please come. Please come on stage. I need to. So this right here is a great person. Round of applause, please, 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 please. I don't remember if it's 16th. I think it's 16th, June 16th, 2017 was the first time that we met. That's 8 years ago now, 8 years plus, right? On the same day, I met Kabeni for the first time. Same day, it was TNC Lagos. How many people are familiar with TNC? How many people know what TNC is? How many people know Shegun Olotu, Sotu? Right. So Sotu used to organize a conference called the Now Collectives, where it was a mix of us, you know, our people, our tribe, but as well as some international photographers. It was beautiful. It held for 3 years straight. Unfortunately, the pandemic happened, and since it hasn't been, but I'm still trying to trying to see if we can get it. So this is somebody I've known for that long. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the community that you've built. I appreciate your friendship. You are a leader. You are an absolute leader. You know. Thank you. Just to say thank you for everything that you do. And while you're here, let's thank Madame too for everything that she does. Thank you for having me. Right. So let's get into it. I have a clicker. Okay. So this is who I am, at least in the photography sense, right? My name is Khaleel. Everybody calls me Khalegraphy though, even though that's supposed to be my brand, the name of my business, name of my studio. But yes, Khalegraphy. Um, for 10 years, I've been fortunate enough to tell wedding stories. I've been fortunate enough to photograph some of the most interesting people. I have discovered that human beings, all of us, we all have a story to tell. More than anything else, I think is what I enjoy the most now, just sitting in conversation with people and taking their pictures. I've been doing that for 10 years, and I'm hoping I'll do it for another 30 at least. Yeah. I am the convener of the portrait workshop. How many people are portrait photographers here? I know it's mostly a documentary setting. Victor is definitely a portrait photographer. Right, okay. So the portrait workshop is, we hold it annually. The way I like to describe the portrait workshop is, it's not just about how you light, edit, um, pose, compose, right? It's everything from the first phone call, from the first inquiry, all the way to delivery, all the way to how you handle client relationships a year, 5 years, 10 years later. That's what the portrait workshop is. It's an entire process. Anyway, it's coming up in February, portrait photographers. I also have a mentorship program called Pathfind. As the name suggests, will help you find your path. What exactly, who are you, what should you be doing? It's something I've really enjoyed doing recently. I am a YouTube creator for 3+ years now. Kabeni has left me. But yeah, I've been creating. How many of you have seen any of my videos on YouTube? That's not enough. Everybody pull out your phones. Pull out your phones quickly. We need subscribers on the channel. Khalegraphy, Khaleegarphy. So what, there are about, if I was guessing, I'll say about 60 people in the room. Should we proceed? Have you found it? YouTube. Anyway, while you do that, so that's who I am on paper. And sorry, I should also say that my flight is in less than 2 hours. So I'm probably going to be moving really quickly, right? But I'll also try and leave, even if it's 10 minutes for a little Q&A. So my topic for today is supposed to be portraits and lifestyle beyond the frame. And I was actually rather excited about it because in all of the work I have created in my career, I have absolutely loved learning the technique of photography. But that's not what fills me. How sharp an image is, what the colors are like, that is bonus, right? It's the things that lead up to the image, the connections I have with people, how I'm able to create emotion. That is what does it for me as a photographer. So I was really excited to talk about this. But as you can hear, I'm talking in the past tense because at around 2 a.m. last night, I decided to change the topic. I was going through my phone looking for old pictures of Mr. Wale, Mr. Bernard, and it all just sort of, I guess I got inspired to speak about something else, to speak about the power of longevity, really, right? What are the things that have got me here? What are the things that got me to this stage in Benin? I am from the north, but I am very, you know, I've lived in everywhere from Kaduna to Lagos. I went to King's College, Lagos. I lived in Festac. So oftentimes it's hard for people to even point where exactly they think I'm from. Anybody want to guess where I'm from? Anybody who wants to try? Wrong. That's one guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yobe 9. Who said Kwara? Who said Kwara? I owe you 5K. But in all of my movement all over the place, first time in Benin, and I'm not coming to Benin, for work, which would have been great, right? I'm coming to Benin because somehow a community found enough value in my words and in my presence to bring me here, So I thought I would share words that got me from when I started professionally in 2015. I've probably been taking pictures since, I don't know, maybe 2008, but I didn't know that it was leading me here. It was in 2015 that I decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to be a professional photographer. Anyway, so what got me from then to here? How many people know T.Y. Bello? How many people don't know T.Y. Bello? This picture was the same day again that I met my ogas here. I think it was Oriental Hotel, I think. Yeah. But it wasn't the first time I was meeting her. The first time I met her, it was at Big Age photography class. At the time, it wasn't called Follow the Light. Meanwhile, please, let's appreciate the Balogun Victor, fresh graduate of of Big H's Follow the Light Academy. It was fantastic having you in Abuja. The first time I met her was 2016. She had just come from Sambisa Forest. She was doing some official work. She barely had 10 minutes, even though we were supposed to have her for maybe about 3 hours, but there were sirens, there were cars waiting to whisk her away. But the 10 minutes that she spent, I like to believe, led me here. Because something that she said that day, I was the one that made it the 3 C's. When she said it, it was clients, colleagues, and work. Take care of your clients, your colleagues, and your work. But I just felt the 3 C's sounded better, and, I coined creativity out of it. In this path that we've chosen, whether as documentary photographers, portrait photographers, lifestyle, whatever it is that we do, this cuts across everything. Whatever your definition of success is, what does success look like to you? You're going to need to take care of these 3 things to get there. Does somebody want to share what the idea of success is? As a photographer, what does success look like to you? Or should I pick somebody randomly? Okay, John, come forward. Please tell us your name and, tell us what you think, what's success?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Osawade Stephen Odemige. My brand name is Roadlens. So for me, success. Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. For me, success is, and I'll put it as simple as I can say it, taking pictures of school children in their uniforms. And that's because personally, I tend to focus my portrait photography on children. So right now, I will admit it's not so lucrative, but the goal is to get to that stage where I can do it with no pressure, sort of, to make so much from it, but to just document school children before they go on to become what they'll become in life. So that's my own definition of success for me.
Interesting. I think you should, whether it's a series of videos, whether it is some form of writing, a journal, poetry, whatever, I think you should go into more detail as to why these pictures are important to you. What is it about kids in uniform? What is the story behind what inspires you? I don't know if you get what I mean, right? Document that and share it with the world. You will find people who will connect, whether they are fellow creatives or there are people who you could work with, to expand on it. But because I might need a minute to understand, what is it about photographing, students in their uniform or whatnot. So please, I think you should do that. Try and expand on that. Anybody else? Let's take one before. Okay, sorry, the lady at the back with the glasses. Is there a second mic that can go?
Good morning,
Hi, good
everybody.
morning.
My name is Ifua Regina Titilayo.
Okay.
Your question was, what's your success? What can you say as a photographer? What would you say your success is?
What does success look
To-
like to you?
To me,
Right.
if we are going to go by the three C's that are there, which is your client, your colleague, and your creativity,
Uh-huh.
your client, my success would be somebody that I've shot a picture for maybe a birthday or a wedding picture. And me, I've forgotten about them.
Okay.
In terms of maybe I lost contact or I'm not in the same state, and they
Right.
reach out to you. Oh, do you still work so place?
Right.
And oh no, I relocated. I wanted to take a picture, and I refer you to somebody as a friend of mine that is in that state.
Right.
In terms of clients, that's success to me.
Okay.
Colleague, in that same way, is that I have somebody that I trust that can deliver much more than I can do. Then
Okay.
that's success in terms of colleague. Then creativity is you wake up every day and you see something new. I take pictures of sky. I love to take pictures of the sky. I can be in a place, the skies are telling different story. The one in my front is telling a different story from the one behind me.
Right.
In 10 minutes later, the story changes.
Right.
So to me, that's creativity, and that's
Okay.
what.
Interesting. I like how you're using my own material to answer my question. Thank you. We need to move. Okay, can he, and then we'll do two of you over there.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Austin. I'm
Yeah.
a photographer.
Okay.
Tempted to say success is not having a lot of money. Sha is having a lot of money to me. However, okay, thank you. However, success is how impactful you are to other people around you, be it family, be it colleagues,
Like
or be it your work, your feed, whatever you're doing. If you are doing it without going back from where you started, but you're actually seeing progress. You started from a war room, being a photographer, then you open a studio, you have multiple studios, and you are moving from point A to point B. I think that is success to me.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, ma. I'm making you move. Him. No, like when you're done, then him. Yes.
Okay,
Go
good
ahead.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Grace Ariagbongpa, and I'm just going to share a bit before I go back to your question, sir.
Right.
When I attended a program called Fresh Dew last year, I
Okay.
don't know how many people know Pastor Nkechi Ene. She just passed away.
Just passed away.
Yeah. And when I attended that program, I remember looking at her so strong, and if you're aware, she had a condition. I think it was stroke. And even till this year, she still did Fresh Dew programs and she was still standing strong with what she was going through. Same with Charlie that just passed away. So, in terms of success, success to me is um, leaving an unforgettable memory for everyone that comes to you.
Beautiful.
I don't know if Auntie Esosa is here. She's a photographer. She did a picture for me on my birthday. I still have that picture. I still use it on my Google Meet. It's my DP. So that's what success is to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. Mayoga.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Osaho. Yes. What success means to me, it's the freedom to create and get people to value the images as much as I do.
Right.
And regardless of just creating the images, beyond the images, also the experiences created while those images are being made.
Beautiful.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about the emotions that happen during live shoots.
Right.
Then, if I'm stealing a cue from her and you, for having colleagues in the industry is finding everybody expressing themselves genuinely, even in their work. Like being able to see their work and see their humanity in their work and being content in who they are, not letting their next door neighbor influence how they see just because this is what's trending. So it's the reality of humanity, self-awareness, understanding that this is who you are, this is why I should create the way I create, and enjoying the experience of all that it comes with.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. All of these, I love all of these definitions of success. Maybe what's closest to me, I think I agree one extent or another to everybody's, but I think the one I resonate with the most is when I'm no longer here. When I'm no longer here. I don't know if it's an age thing, but right now, one of the things that motivates me the most, one of the things that inspires the work that I do is my anticipated absence, if that makes sense. Eventually, I won't be here. So the things that I'm doing now, will it resonate after I'm gone? Have I built anybody up? Have I left anybody that will pray for me, sir? When they say calligraphy, like, Baba God, I beg, this one our own, right? But yeah, let me not forget my flight. Have I checked? No, I haven't. It's fine, don't worry. I won't miss it. Yeah, I won't miss it. Okay, so let's get into it, right? Which one of these people is my mother? Did I stand? Which one? I'm not giving another 5K. It's once I give. So yes, the first one, that's my mom. Clients. We have, I believe that, especially online, I believe there's a certain message that a lot of us photographers put out about clients, where it seems as though we're on opposite sides of the divide. Clients don't do this. Clients don't value us. Clients don't come on time. Clients want more than they paid for. And I am not of that. Clients are friends, not foe to me. Clients feed my family. I have a wife. I have 3 kids. I have God knows how many people I pay salary to. The day I start fighting with my clients, I'm in trouble. You will never, I'm making a promise, you will never see me on the internet going, these clients know they try. You would never. Whatever issues I have with clients, we'll resolve it quietly. if you hear it outside, it's the clients that took it outside. Because clients are our friends. Without clients, what are we doing? Because no matter how much passion that we have for our work, 90% of us feed off of photography. Most people do. Not a lot of us have the ease, so to speak, to be able to take photography as just a hobby, just something we're passionate about, right? If you need photography to survive, then you're going to need to be in the best of terms with your clients as much as you can. There is something I like to speak about my influences a lot. So I call a lot of names, right? So there's something that I learned recently from Big H. He made a statement: don't lose the client in trying to win the battle. Because I'm the one that is right, you lose a client. There are things that I do for my clients that if I tell you people, you look at me as mad. But those clients, a lot of them have come back after to reward my patience with them, so to speak, right? There are rooms I have entered that by myself, I would never have access to if it wasn't because of my... I probably shouldn't start listing some of the rooms. You know what I mean? And it's not just unique to me. Like, a lot of us, there are places that we can enter as photographers that without that camera, we'll probably never have access to. You know? So, again, whatever differences I have with these people, we'll iron it out. Because they are friends, they are not foe. They are friends, they are not foe. That said, one of the reasons why we often have issues with some people is because we don't really know who our clients are. We shoot for anybody that comes our way. Anywhere belle face. Do you have money? Shoot first, then fight later. Right? Meanwhile, if you are able to just sit with yourself, who exactly do I want to serve? Who do I want to be of service to? You will find that you will find less and less problematic people as you go. Because you're finding somebody where your interest, your energy aligns. Right? So I'd like you guys, maybe just write this down, but then do this exercise. Whatever kind of photography it is that you do, know who you want to photograph. Your answer should not be anybody with money. How old are they? What age range? Where are they located? How much do they make? Are they male, female, or unspecified? You know? Are they married or not? And then put a name to. So like I have, my ideal client is called Auntie Aisha. So any phone call, anybody I meet, I know whether, or I check whether this is an Auntie Aisha or not. Auntie Aisha is 30 and above. Why do I specify 30 and above for me? It's because I have nothing against people that are younger than that, but our interests are not always aligned. The kind of music you might want to listen to while being photographed, I wouldn't even know where to get it. Do you get what I mean? For example, right? Or it could be social media. I forget to share on my social media, like it's an afterthought. And the younger we are, the more, like I might as well vlog the whole shoot. It's part of the attraction these days, right? Better that we get somebody who aligns with that, you know? So I'm not doing any TikTok trends and things like that, for example. Right? So Auntie Aisha is 30 and above. Auntie Aisha is married. The reason why it's important for her to be married is because there's a good chance that she has kids. If she has kids, they have birthdays. They have graduation. They will eventually do call to bar and things like that, right? If I'd ideally want her to be from a large family so that she has sisters and brothers and cousins and da. So I know that if I deliver for one Auntie Aisha, I've opened a path that will feed me. I have clients that have been photographing for 8 years. They just pass in. Like, you go to a wedding and you know half the family. Right? Income bracket, mid to high. That's nothing against people with, at the lower end of this, but there's a certain mentality in the markets. The people at the lower end of the market are people who want to pay little but get as much as they can. So I want to pay 15K for a photo shoot and get 50 images, for example. Right? They don't care for conversation. Take this picture now. I don't know if you get what I mean. And I am a very chill, let's sit down for 3 hours while we're taking pictures. That's how I am. And I know that the people at the lower end don't want that. Again, it's nothing against them. It's nothing against them. It's just it's the people from mid to higher who want, at the mid, they want quality and they want customer service. They want you to treat them nice for the money that they are paying you. Right? At the top, money is not an issue. Customer service is paramount. And deliver on your promises. You cannot answer their calls because their pictures are not ready. For example, I don't know if you get what I mean. You see clients calling and you ignore the call. You can't at the top. You must answer, you must take responsibility. Those ones can, if they're satisfied with your work, they can pay you 3 times what you charge them. Because money is not a factor. They don't call you and say, how much is so. They call you and ask, are you available for? Right? Or tell me your schedule. When are you available for me? Money is not the first consideration. Right. So anyway. Auntie Aisha. But that said, Auntie Aisha can also be Dr. Chioma as long as age. I'm not as particular about location as I used to be because now I want to travel. I'm looking for a Dr. Chioma in Benin. Right? I want to fly to Accra with Kabeni and go and photograph people there. So I'm not as particular as about location anymore. Dr. Chioma, income, female. Most of my clients are female. Men know to send us like that. Right? Married and whatnot. So don't hear Auntie Aisha and think maybe only Northerners. Right? Whatever it is, wherever it is you're from, as long as these things fit. And there's a phrase I learned recently that I want to drill into my psyche. Just because we're different doesn't mean we're not the same. Just because we're different doesn't mean we're not the same. Am I the only person wearing a kaftan here? Kaben is wearing a kaftan. Okay, Ode is wearing a kaftan. I see you. I see you. Because we're dressed different doesn't mean that we're not the same. It doesn't mean that we don't want to be seen as dignified, as well-dressed, to be addressed as responsible people. I don't know if you get what I mean. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your creed, religion, sex, any of that is. We all still want to be treated a certain way. We all still want our families to be safe. We want shelter, we want food, whatnot, right? So, I say all of that to say, treat your clients the best way that you can, right? Please, if anybody has any questions as we go, feel free to ask. These are some practical steps that I use that have helped me to this point. Be fully present during shoots. How many of you have gone on a date recently? Anybody? Anybody gone on a date recently? Okay. Titi? Yes, Titi? Right. Imagine that you're on a date and you're sitting across the table with your significant other, for lack of a better word. And that person is checking out baddies on Instagram. And somehow you're able to, maybe there's a reflection, you're able to see what the person is looking at. How would that make you feel? Yeah, that probably ends that date, right? Because the person isn't fully present. That's how I treat my photo shoots. When I'm shooting, I'm not thinking about, man, when I post this picture, it will do da 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 da. No, I am here. I am with you. I'm not thinking about what next, what comes after. You are the only thing that matters in that moment. People see it. People know. People know when you're fully present, right? And to be fair, you need people to be fully present, or you need people to feel that you're fully present for you to get genuine emotion and reactions from them. If you're business-like, they will be business-like in the images, right? Stay in touch. Don't shoot and burn. Don't shoot and let people go. I have a list. Everybody that I've photographed, I've done a birthday shoot for. I have a list of all of them and their birthdays. So every year on your birthday, I'll send you a message, or I'll call you, or I'll post your image. Not because I want you to do birthday shoots with me every year necessarily, but we keep in touch. You fed me once. It means something, right? So keep in touch with your clients. Give gifts. I wish I had a better picture of it, but this is something that I give to everybody I photograph in my studio. It's a thank you bag. What is inside of it? It's a mug and it's a scented candle. Because my studio, if there are two things that immediately enter my studio, you will learn, is that I drink a lot of tea and my studio always smells nice. So when you're leaving, I give you something to remember that, right? So a mug for tea and a scented candle. And it means the world to people. Because now you're giving them something beyond what they were hoping for, right? So give gifts, and gifts don't have to be physical things. Gifts could be an extra image. Gifts could be an extra few minutes at the shoot. Do you get what I mean? Gifts could even be an extra outfit. Look for some way to give back. Reward loyalty. When you shoot with me more than once, I automatically give you a discount. You don't even need to ask. I'll tell you, for coming back, I'm discounting for you. First timers, no discounts. I don't discount for anybody that is coming in for the first time. But when you're coming in a second time, a fifth time, a 10th time, I automatically give you a discount without you asking, because most of us here are competent photographers. I'm not one of those people that looks at himself as special. I'm better than everybody. And me bad pass. No. Because anyhow you bad reach, you will not be to somebody's taste. And there will be somebody better than you. Right? So when somebody with all the options, I used to underestimate how many photographers were in Nigeria. I used to think we're not plenty. My God. So with all of the options that are available, if you keep coming back to me, I always find a way to reward. We spoke about this earlier. Handle issues with grace. No to the fight. Some of us too like fight. Everything is, I'm standing my ground. Do you know who I am? Do you know my value? Pay me what I'm worth. You know, sometimes just grace. Right? Sometimes just grace. Okay, so let's move. Any questions, please ask, because I'm speeding it up. The second C, sorry? Question, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Okwi for short. So I wanted to...
Sorry, say your name again.
Okwi.
Okay.
My question is on clients.
Right.
Because something I'm peculiar about, because I've done customer relation. How do you fire a client?
How do you fire a client?
Yes, gracefully.
Interesting.
Gracefully. Your style, as it relates to photography.
Right.
Because you said clients are friends, not foe.
Give me an example. What would be the situation that leads to you wanting to fire a client?
Okay, so we're human beings, and people sometimes change.
Right.
So maybe you met this person the first time, and we go through stuff, and we're not just the same anymore.
Right.
And you realize that, okay, I don't think I can work with this person like that. And somehow maybe they're not just, they're not your style anymore. No, no, that sounds off. Like they're not, how, you're
They're
having
not
issues
giving anymore.
and you're having issues relating with them, and you want to be diplomatic about not just doing shoots for them. Or maybe let's say, so clients are people that you already have reoccurring. Maybe you work for like a company or something, you used to shoot them, but somehow, let's say power change hands, and you don't want to work with this set of people, but you need to let them go. How do you now do it in a way that there's no bad blood?
There's a lot of context that is missing in this information, right? But to the best, what I can say is sometimes you just have to be honest with people while being kind, right? So it's been an absolute pleasure working with you. You've helped move me from point A to B. My career will never be the same. I don't know if you get what I mean, or wouldn't be the same without, the opportunities that you've given us. But unfortunately, I do not think that our values align anymore. I don't think there's a sweet way to fire somebody. I don't know if you get what I mean. You just try to be kind with your words, right? And if you want to be extra, you can talk about how I want to take a step back and develop myself further so that I may be able to in future, right? But there's no sweet way that you tell somebody you're fired and they'll be happy. It doesn't work that way. A lot of response, you might get a lot of negative, feedback. Oh, she thinks she's too big for us now. But you're just going to have to take. You get what I mean? Stand up for yourself. If it's that they did something wrong, be able to state it. Be able to thank them for everything they've done, for the business they've brought your way. But because of this issue, I'm not going to be able to continue. I'm sorry, you just have to do it. The other option is to ghost, which in my hope is, to me, is not an option. Because you're just kicking the problem down the line. You still have to confront it later. Right? If maybe we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk. Please, with your colleagues, one cannot form entourage. You cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. You people, I pray that in your lifetime, you meet Uncle Ibro or you find your own Uncle Ibro. I know you guys don't know who I'm talking about. Kabeni knows who I'm talking about. Wale knows who I'm talking about. Uncle Ibro is a few years older than me. I say a few years. Uncle Ibro is well older than me. He has a 9 to 5. He's a very busy person, but he absolutely loves photography. We attended our first workshop together in 2016. And Uncle Ibro just decided that the things I'm not going to be able to do because of my work, I am going to empower you to do. I am going to make sure that as me, I'm not doing this. You, all of the ideas that you have, you must do, you must proceed. I've had people like Haye. How many people know Haye Oko here? Interesting. You should know Haye Oko, right? I've had a lot of people, community, that have helped me get to where I am. You will never catch me speak about myself as accomplished, like, not me. Where were you when I was self-made? Nothing like that. It was people that got me here. I don't know anybody in any field, in any walk of life that made it alone. It's not possible. It's a lie. You must do it with people. You must do it with people. Even the money you are looking to make is in people's hands now. If you take their money without them giving you are stealing. Right? One cannot form entourage. We're a community of struggling artists who refuse to help each other. Everybody is struggling. Everybody has one struggle or another. If I pass this mic around this room now, everybody is struggling. But yet, everybody the whole side. Right? Everybody the whole side. Nobody wants to talk. Speak. Speak. or at least help. At least help. Hold somebody's hand. Even if it's to listen and say, "Omo, I feel you, I understand." Right? Because everybody has one struggle or another. Even the person that you think is at the very top, is the person you want to emulate and whatnot, that person too has their own struggles. It could be that the clients that they have are demanding things that they can't put forth. It could be staffing issues. It could be that they are running a business that needs 30 staff. And to get 30 people who are aligned with your vision can be a struggle sometimes. In fact, it's a struggle all the time. Right? So we all have struggles. Speak your struggles or at least help somebody through theirs. There are more people willing to help than there are people willing to ask. I kind of started my YouTube channel against my will because I was sharing the idea with Uncle Ibro. YouTube, not be bad though. Like, I got a lot out of YouTube, put something back. And he just kind of, okay. Didn't seem like he was listening to me. One of the ideas I spoke about while we were having a conversation was a sit down with some of my favorite photographers and how Gazmadu was coming to ABJ, and you see, this would have been a perfect opportunity to do the first episode. And again, he just kind of, yeah. The next morning, he calls me to say, Gaz will be at the studio at 1 p.m. I was not ready. I was just talking. I was just talking. And I didn't start with somebody around me that is my guy that if it doesn't work, we'll delete it. Do you get what I mean? Gazmadu came into my studio like, hey, I hear we're shooting something. But how these things work? As she sat down, as we're fiddling with how do we light, because I'm not a video person. I mean, now I'm more confident shooting video, but at the time, how am I going to shoot a podcast with a 3-camera setup and whatnot? A friend of mine was in the studio, and somebody came to collect a message from him. The person that came to collect the message just finished film school in South Africa. And he came here and saw what we were doing. I said, why don't you try? Okay. And he took over the whole thing. It still took me over a year to put out that video just because I wasn't mentally ready, right? But speaking about it, somebody helped. There are way more people willing to help than there are people willing to ask. A lot of us have something to ask. I'm not saying beg. I'm saying ask. Exchange value, right? Do this for me, I do that for you. Exchange value. You'll be surprised about how many people are willing to link fingers with you. Okay, let's move. I'm not even sure I'll mind if I miss my flight. At least I'll be near small. Building practical steps, building colleague relationships. Give the energy you want to receive. How many people here think not enough people like their pictures on Instagram? Let's be honest. No shame. No shame. People don't really like my pictures like that. How many people pictures you they like? What? No, let's be honest. How many people picture you they like? How many people do you share their pictures to your stories? How many people do you leave comments on their stories? Are you doing the thing that you want people to do for you? Are you sure? Keep at it. It compounds. It will repay. Do you get what I mean? But unfortunately, a lot of us, we want our colleagues to refer us for jobs, or just speak our names in rooms that were not present. Yet we don't do it for other people. Give the energy that you want to receive. Everywhere I go, when I meet people, the thing about YouTube is, YouTube, you don't necessarily see the faces of the people that are watching. You just see numbers. You know that this number of people watched. But I was at Abuja Photo Fest Wednesday last week. And I took a picture. Somebody came to ask for a picture. And when I put my hand on his back to take the picture, he was trembling. I'm wondering why. He's like, why? But my energy towards everybody. At least I try. You have to earn bad vibes from me. You have to earn it. my thing is, how are you? What's your name? What's going on? How you did? That's the energy I want people to give me. That's the energy I put out. Right? Whatever it is you want to receive, put it out. Share knowledge freely. Okay, Victor is still here. I saw a video of Victor that he looked emotional, like he was almost going to cry. That people bought, what was it? Your Photoshop, snoot effects. Like he was like, I'm shocked. Like people, I didn't know. And I was laughing when I was seeing the video. How long have you been sharing knowledge for free? More than 10 years, 3 years. There is no how that when it is their turn, they will not reciprocate. The world is paying attention. Do you get what I mean? This knowledge that you have, number one, understand that you don't have monopoly over it. There's still a lot that you don't know. Right? There's still a lot that you don't know. So be humble with what you know. But then share it freely. It makes you a better learner. Because to share, you have to get your facts right, Abby. You have to do a little research. You have to learn new things. By the time you've shot 50 videos, it's like, everything I know, I don't talk more. So you have to learn new things, right? So it forces you to grow, but then also your community will gather around you when the time is right. And that was one incidence of them gathering around you to say, we see you, we see what you've been doing. Do you get what I mean? And it will continue because you are continuing. And it will be even bigger by God's grace. So well done. Keep doing what you're doing. This one doesn't need saying. If you undercut your peers, if you say I'll do it for less, you're closing your ceiling on yourself. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I have so many scenarios I've witnessed over the years. In a situation where you've talked about clients that you've taken your own time to build, and you've also talking about colleagues that you've also taken your time to build. If there's a conflict of interest between your client and your colleague, who do you choose?
It will be a learning moment for my colleague because I'll choose my client first. Right? Me and my colleague, we're in it together, we'll figure it out. I don't know if you get what I mean. But first is the client because everything, the way I look at it, every interaction I have with a civilian, right, determines how a photographer might be responded to, how you might be viewed years down the line. I don't know if you get what I mean. Because this client that I'm having a back and forth with might have a son or a daughter coming up who might eventually want to do photography. If we do not end well, that career probably doesn't happen. I don't know if you get what I mean, right? But then between me and my client, we're all learning, between me and my colleagues, we're learning. It's a learning opportunity. Like this. This is why I'm going to side with the client. Or at least make it seem like I'm siding with the client. But you, Seth, do like this. I don't know if you get what I mean. Right. So it's kind of like when you see it in like skits sometimes. Somebody is crying, then you're rubbing their back and you're doing you move behind them. Right? I don't know if that's the best example, but you get what I mean. Yeah, the client first. The client first. Right.
My question is not, how do I put it? It's not relating to photography, but is in the same ballpark.
It all relates,
Okay.
trust me.
So, in a situation where the client is also a colleague, like in the sense of, so I'm a filmmaker.
Right.
A producer reached out to you and like, oh, I want you to put a team together and let's film something.
Right.
And okay, let's say you got the job from a colleague, and the colleague introduced you to the producer. So now you are representing that person.
Right.
You understand? And you are putting a team together, and only for you to get to that, to meet the producer and discover that she's the most difficult person you've ever met in your life. Like, in the sense of, she puts the project before human beings. And apart from that, even the way she talks to your team is... So, me, I've never been in that situation before. So, what I did was, I allowed her to do her thing, then I'll talk to my team later. But I feel like I should have stood up for my team. Now, what would you advise?
There will always be difficult people. There will always be exceptions. Taking the heat for your team is very commendable. Do you get what I mean? Because whether it feels nice or not, the project is the most important thing. It just is, right? When the project has been delivered, then you people can put on boxing gloves, right? But there will always be people. It's not everybody that will be on the same wavelength with you. Some people are just terrible. I'm sorry. It's just they don't understand the importance of being cordial with, especially people that they feel they are paying to work for them, right? You can't exterminate those people. You always meet them. If you are able to insulate your team, as long as your team too are delivering to the best of their ability, right? If you're able to insulate your team, do it. That's leadership. Leadership is not always comfortable. Leadership isn't always comfortable, you know? So I feel for you. You know, I feel for you, but I actually think you did do the right thing. And I hope your team know that, you know, they know what you did for them. Right. So we have to. People don't want me to go to Abuja. Right? Yeah. Yes.
You can pick a mic. Can you pick a mic? A mic. You need a mic for her, bro.
I can hear you. Just speak.
So my question is, how do we navigate now that position? Because they always tell us, oh, I not call you because you are a girl. I want a manly presence. Many times.
This conversation is centuries old. This is not like, we're not about to find a solution here now. This is a centuries old problem. Unfortunately, I have no answer for you. The only thing I would say is show what you can. Right? Whether show working. Who said show working? Show working. Don't just show the finished work. Show your processes. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes, most of the time, your process is more important than the finished work. There's a flood of work on the internet, of good work right now, that it has lost its intrigue. What people want to see is, how did you get there? What did you do? What was your thought process? Did you climb a hill? How many lights did you use? Was there any danger? That's what people want to see. So concentrate on sharing that, maybe even more than your finished work. Because at the end of the day, people want to know you are a girl means maybe it involves trekking. And I'm not sure I want to get a girl to trek with me. I don't know if you get what I mean. But if I've seen you trek before, okay, you feel run now. I don't know if you get what I mean, right? So show your process more than your work. I have to keep going. Without creativity, everything I have said is important, but this is your foundation. Your work must be excellent. Your work must absolutely be excellent. If you are not, I learned this from a podcast recently. Right now, as I'm not heading to Abuja, I'm heading towards staying in Benin. Does that make sense? So if you're not practicing your work, you're actually moving in the opposite direction. Simple. Every day you do not practice street photography, you are heading towards being a less competent street photographer. Every day you do not shoot portraits, you're heading towards being a less competent portrait photographer. Make sense? The gap between you and your mentor. See Mr. Wani, this is you, right? He has a head start because he started before you. Have you? And he has put in work. You are here. For you to catch up, and it's not competition, but for your work to progress to reach where he is. If he keeps moving at his pace and you join at his pace, you people will keep the distance. Do you understand? You will not close the gap. For you to close the gap, you have to outwork him. You have to work twice as hard to come close. To catch him, you might need to work 3 times. I don't know if you know what I mean. So that mentor that you're looking up to, look at their work rate. Are you matching it? Are you outworking them? Or else you will not, I'm sorry, you will never be as good as them. Without hard work, you're wasting your time. My favorite photographers shoot every day. So if I shoot only once a week, they will keep just being people that I look at and I go, Mado. That's where it will end. I will never create work as good as them because I'm not matching their energy. Yeah? All of those lessons led me to this project. It's the biggest project that I've done so far in my career, and it did not involve me taking a picture. We put together spoken word poetry. Okay, let's let you watch it.
And the arms of these eyes embrace the essence of these lives. In this hour, I'd like to give We are the eyes of the city, and the arms of these eyes embrace the essence of these lives. In this hour, I'd like to give props to the photographers who cover the corridors of power. We are the heart of the 234. Timeless. Art is what we do this for. In animate we
Guys, I don't want to miss my flight. Thank you very much for having me. Absolute pleasure. Thank you. I hope to connect with you guys online. Send me messages. Trust me, I follow back. Thank you.
Khaleel, before you run, Edgar has a gift for you.
Big round of applause to Khaleel. Thank you. I remember the first time we met in 20. Who's talking to me? Okay. When we first met at 2018. Yeah. TNC. It's been a long walk, and this is the fruit of that project. We're grateful to have you. Your presence means a lot to us, and this is for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please let's appreciate Mr. Khalegraphy.